Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Tuesday Bible Sketching. Hope you're all having a great day. It's getting hot out, and as you know. Good morning. Okay, looks like we're good to go. So, I'm going to share a little bit of sketching from this last week. I was sketching quite a bit. I've been doing a lot of exploring with my art. Let's see. Here's a little sketch from soccer game. My son's soccer game, just sketching the different trees. That's something I've been working on. I'm kind of finding now, like for sketching, I have certain things that I'm realizing like I need to study this more. And studying it doesn't mean it's not like boring study or anything. I'm just kind of looking at like why does that look the way it looks? How can I capture it? What experiments can I try? And I'm just trying to ask more questions that are my questions rather than feeling like, okay, what would the pros do? Um, and that's been helping me a lot, and it's been working in a lot of areas of my life, just asking my own questions. I have my own theories, um, and I try to find someone who is giving that same advice so that I know if I'm on the right track. And I think that, there's something good about that. But at the same time, I kind of have my own experiments, and if I perform my experiments, then I'll really know, the answer to my question. Here's a little more. This is from church, sketching. There was a flute duo that played, and just one of the guys sitting. Here's a piece I've been thinking about doing. I'm not going to really explain it, but anyway, I was just thinking about it a little more in church. This was a interesting thing that kind of came to me. I think the thing that sparked it, it's interesting the things that like spark our imaginations, spark our creativity. But things have been going pretty good for our family lately, and we've been living a pretty good life. It's busy, and we get stressed out about the busyness, but we haven't had any real hardships to endure. And it was mentioned in the service, just people, different people struggling with different things or having hard things going on. And this image came to mind. It started with kind of a Jesus figure here, and he's at a kind of hospital bed, I guess, and he's laying his hand on this. It ended up being a boy. I wasn't planning on it being a boy, but. And then he's got his arm kind of stretched out, and these clouds kind of open up, and you've got these angel figures in the back. You've got a person praying over here. And the other thing, this was just kind of important to me, his knee is up on the bed. And, I'm not going to say too much about this, but just thinking of our vision of what is actually going on spiritually, in the spiritual realm, in our Christian perspectives, versus kind of what the world says is going on. And I don't know, more and more I'm just seeing how like we are not sticking up for our true beliefs and what's good and right. I don't know, I'm rambling here. This sketchbook I've been really enjoying, this brown paper, and I don't think I showed this last time. I walked downtown and sat at a ice cream shop, and it was kind of cool because my wife excuse me, and son had just gotten back from a field trip during the day of school, and they had gotten back early, and just through messaging they said, hey, we'll meet you at the ice cream shop. And so we went down there, and just sitting under the awning and just noticing the library and some trees, a building across the street, and see, I kind of mix things. There was an Amish person that stopped by the ice cream shop, and I tried to capture her as quickly as I could. A window across the street. This looks like there's some car accident happening, but they were just two cars in two different places. Some other scribblings. Okay, so this is something I'm working on. I was talking about study, and I'm getting fascinated with glow, the glow of light, and I'm trying to figure out how I can sketch it. So I've been kind of copying this artist on Instagram. He does this glow effect, but he cheats. He does a drawing in ink, and then he takes a photo of it, puts it on his computer, and then he adds the glow with Photoshop, and it's like, okay. But I'm using his images and trying to see if I can get the glow. Over at a friend's house, their pool, I was trying to draw the water. Their gate, I was pretty proud of this gate drawing here. Just a lot of little detail things. My wife sitting on a bench, one of the girls playing in the pool, tree, yeah. Anyway, all right, well, let's get on with our Bible sketching. This comes from 1 Thessalonians 4:16-17. And just a reminder, I'd never look ahead at these. I don't know what is coming. I want to be surprised. I want to go off of just whatever pops in my mind. I don't want to have any preconceived ideas. For the Lord himself will come down from heaven with a loud command, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet call of God, and the dead in Christ will rise first. After that, we who are still alive and are left will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so we will be with the Lord forever. This sounds absolutely fun to draw. I don't know about you, but whoa, it's got some of my glow markers. Let's find a different one here. Here's a interesting paper, kind of yellow. So this is a little challenging for me because there is a painting that is exactly this reference here. Well, I don't know if it's referring to this one, but it's this whole idea of the Lord coming and kind of separating those who are going to heaven and those going to hell. And I actually have been going through reading a book of that artist, and so maybe at the end I'll show you that. But for the Lord himself will come down from heaven with a loud command. These are the types of paintings I want to do. These big epic paintings, and I just have no idea how I'll ever achieve it. People have done it before. So yeah, it's going to be hard to put my own influence on this. It's looking kind of feminine here. I tend to draw mostly women, so a lot of times my men take on a sort of female shape to them. I lead a life drawing group here in town, and most of our models there are women. I ask guys, and I really have to push if I want to get a guy in for some variety. But usually it's the women that want to do it. Plus, I think for artists, we're very much seekers of beauty, and women are just, I would say, more beautiful than men. So we got this Jesus figure, and he is coming down, and we need to add some like streaks of radiance, because it says with a loud command, and I can't put sound in here. Let's do like some edges of clouds. That's another thing I've been studying. Maybe I'll show you some of my clouds I've been studying. You have to make a comment and say if you want to see them, though. I'm not just going to give it away. I'm not just going to show it to you. Gotta get some engagement going on here. I guess that shows up. You can even add some highlights around him. So Jesus is coming down in all his glory with the voice of the archangel and with the trumpet call of God. There's so much I want to fit in here. I want to have like these herald trumpet angels. Blasting away. I kind of just want to dwell on this scripture for a while. There isn't going to be any new idea, but it's just all the same. This just big Jesus is here, he's coming. This almost looks like a demon type character. I'm not sure what kind of guy I'm trying to make there. Oops, slide over. Well, I know what I'm trying to make. Maybe he just needs a robe or something. It's kind of too late now. There's the archangel with the trumpet call of God, and the dead in Christ will rise first. So let's put him up a little higher. a huge hand, and then I made the guy way smaller. The dead are being raised to life. So again, when you're sketching, just put your own impression in there. Don't worry too much about drawing things perfectly. You know, you have an idea of where an arm should go. The head goes on the top. You know. So yeah, just pull out, you know, what are these people doing? If you've heard of Norman Rockwell, most people have heard of Norman Rockwell. Did all the covers for the New York Post, and he is known to, like, he would contort his body, he would make his body in the pose of either, if he had a model in front of him, he would also kind of create the tensions in his body according to what the models were doing, to have more of an understanding. And so if you think of, like, you know, I'm thinking these people reaching up here, you know, I'm kind of thinking, how would I reach up? And, you know, I think of like my shoulders kind of getting up close to my head there. Thinking of things like that. Maybe this person is stretched out a little different way. Yeah, I got that arm a little long. Alright, just making little impressions of people. Alright, what else do we got? After that, we who are still alive and are left will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. I almost want to do like something funny here. It'll ruin what I'm doing here. I kind of want to do just like me right here, or a person that's like, hey, we're in the air, and like, hey, look at this, I can't believe I'm floating in the air. I don't know. So these people are like the dead. I'm gonna make them like they're in the ground. The ones who are already dead. But then you've got the people that are still living here on Earth. And maybe their arms aren't quite so stretched out because the dead are just like, they're ready. They've been waiting. I don't really understand. That's one thing I don't really understand is, you know, aren't the dead already in heaven? Like, are they waiting? I guess it's like the new heaven, maybe. But like, I don't know. I guess I haven't really thought about that or researched that very much. But this person's like not reaching quite as much as them. He's like, I hope it's not like this, but where we're like oh yeah, Jesus was coming, you know, like if it comes kind of out of nowhere. Um, I'm drawing more nude figures here because I've been very influenced lately by old classical art. And I know that's quite a, I think I've brought it up before, kind of a little bit of a controversial subject, but and I won't get too much into it right now, but I just can't help but feel like the human form is just so beautiful. And I just like that art. And it's been something hard to accept. I'm keeping it quite reserved here. Let's see. Let's do some water washing in here. I feel like we need more angels and stuff excited up here. But if you think of it, we are God's greatest creation. He created man and said, "It is very good." Why would he say that? You know, obviously there's the whole like fall and knowing our own nakedness. So of course that's going to play in, but I don't know, that's something I constantly am praying about and reflecting on and trying to make sure I'm thinking about it correctly. But I kind of wonder, because you know, I look at all these old paintings, and you know, you think of like the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo painting that, and there's all these nude figures, and it's like, why do we call that like one of the greatest works of art, or Michelangelo's statue of David? Why are those acceptable? And I think the antiquity of it sort of makes it uh, seem more removed from us. Get some more clouds in here, I think. But I think there's just the part of us, it's like there's a certain desire with it. I know for a more conservative person, they have a certain like, whoa, can't handle it. I don't know why I'm going on so much about this. It's something I guess I'm somewhat passionate about this subject. So, because I just feel like by denying who we truly are, who God designed us to be, it sort of causes more problems. Alright, I'm going to get out. I'm going to sort of force this. This is my glow pack that I'm very excited about. So I told you I was studying glow. So I got all these markers and things. They're like acrylic paint in a marker. Let's put highlights on the faces and whatever's on top. Whoops. Now that looks just like my white pen. This is a little more of an ivory. But one of the things with glow, let's see what color I need here. How does that show up? Okay. That's too big of a marker. I don't think that's going to work. Maybe I'm forcing this too much. I'll just go to... Usually glow, I'm learning, has... like it just needs to be a whiter light because it's outside. So glow has like a very bright, almost white center. And then, you know what? So I'll actually, let's just really make Jesus glow here. And but then around it is some like highly saturated, very like bright gold, yellow, orange color. Just a rim right around it. Let me just try that and see. Yeah, maybe this one will work better. And then it kind of fades. You have that kind of gradient coming off of that. So we got that white line, and then just outside of it, we'll put this yellow line. That looks like nothing on the camera, doesn't it? Yeah, this paper, it's already plenty gold color. Yeah, I don't think this is really showing up much on the camera. But then you can use, so use those markers, and then you use a colored pencil to kind of add that like hazy quality. I guess it kind of shows up. And then let's add some of this water wash. Come on. I don't have a lot of ink down. Remember, this is kind of picking up some of that ink that I've already drawn, and it's just sort of smearing it basically. I can add a little bit of shadow here into Jesus. Pretty cool effect. Angels got a little bit of shadow behind them. And maybe just for the background, just another way to add tone. So we'll just do some hatching. This is hatching. And then if I did went this way, it would be cross hatching. Something I often forget is shadow. And I'll make those be washed out. So nobody's chiming in to see the Rubens, see that painting I was telling about. but I'll show you anyway because I love this painting. It's so epic. See if I can find it. The image quality is not the best. This is an older book, so in some ways all the pictures are kind of not gruesome. It's just like they're not high resolution, they're not, the coloring's kind of weird. Oh, come on. Don't want to just tell you about it and not find it. Well, I came across, just to give you an idea of the epicness of it, look at this picture here. Jesus being hoisted up on the cross, I believe. I love the action in here, and this is Peter Paul Rubens, and just his lifestyle, the way he lived, is also very impressive. He lived in a time, so I'm reading about him, and he lived in a time of, it was after the Reformation, and I had never heard of this, but there's the Counter-Reformation. And so people were fighting back against the Reformation, and it sounds like a time very much like today of a lot of bad things going on. But according to this book and talking about how Rubens lived, it was like a time of great opportunity because of that. And Rubens maintained his calm. He's known for staying calm through it all and using art as a way to express the beauty in life, in the world. I'm not going to find it. Oh, here, I guess, yeah, it's not. This is like the whole painting is kind of small, but you can see, like, here's sort of like what I was drawing, the clouds opening up. There's like the people being taken up, but then there's sort of the hell, the people being damned to hell. And, and this painting, I believe, is huge. I mean, like, I don't remember, but it might be like 20 feet tall or something. I don't know. But anyway. But yeah, I've just been really impressed by reading about this guy, Peter Paul Rubens, and how he handled the way the world was going on. And he was very influential and really held on to his Christian beliefs and depicted a lot of that stuff in his art, and he was very truthful about it too. It wasn't like, oh, I'll just make a pretty picture. I'm gonna make something that like is relevant to what's going on, and he was trying to bridge the gap between those people that were just against everything, causing so much evil in the world, and then the more Christian perspective, people trying to create good in the world. And he used his art and his influence to sort of get them to come together, and but without compromising his Christian beliefs. So anyway, I hope if you didn't sketch this today, something from this verse, I hope you take some time to, because this is quite an amazing idea to think about and to dwell on. Just remembering, our life is so much more than this physical world, and we can know that Jesus is coming for us one day, and he is with us even now. And then also just the remembering, like, we can stand up for what's good now, and we don't have to just sit here and wait in the turmoil of this world and wait for the good to come. We can be Jesus' hands and feet in this world, and share and create goodness. So hope that's encouraging to you all, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day and week, and I will see you here. Will I be here next week? I may not be doing this next week. My wife's and my anniversary is coming up, and I think that's when we have our trip. I should know that, but maybe I'll pre-record something and post it. So anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you next time.